It's disappointing. No one in Mark Hill's family has ever heard him play the guitar. Not like this. He draws his inspiration from the greatest.
Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
The music helps Mark get through the long days that started 2 decades ago.
Decided to start taking a path of bad decisions, which will wind you up here.
Here is the E facility. They call it the Echo Yard at Donovan Correctional.
I'm in here for robbery, kidnapping, doing a life sentence.
Mark is 19 years into that life sentence. He spent 16 of them teaching himself how to play.
And you can understand the blues pretty well being in prison.
Today, his band is the opening act in the first ever Echo Yard Got Talent. They're showing off their skills for guests and other prisoners, men they'd never be around in other facilities.
It's an experiment.
An experiment to see if Echo Yard can be the model for other state prisons.
Ease up little by little.
Warden Daniel Paramo says this is the first facility in the state where regular prisoners are mixing with men with sensitive needs.
I appreciate what you're saying.
There are politics inside these walls, and some prisoners just don't like other prisoners.
Could be for their gang affiliation or for the crime they committed.
Basically, it's for inmates that decided to mature a little.
Paramo says that maturity comes from good behavior, taking classes, and getting along with everyone. It prepares them for a day when they'll be released and possibly be forced to deal with a society that doesn't like them.
Seeing a show like this today.
These are some of the perks.
Perks for people like Mark, who one day hopes to play for his family.
Prison system itself's changing.
Inside Echo Yard, Joe Little, 10 News.
Purpose. Why did this or that happen?
A once-in-a-lifetime speech.
Is there some kind of grand cosmic plan to everything?
Stephen Davis never thought he'd do this.
Not at all.
Never thought he'd be an inspiration to someone else.
My sole purpose would be the very best Marine that I could possibly be.
He's talking to inmates at Donovan State Prison, talking about finding purpose in a place where purpose is sometimes out of bounds.
At one point when I was younger, I believed that I only had one purpose.
This wasn't easy for Davis, especially since his own purpose changed 22 years ago.
For me, it was receiving a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. Goodbye, Camp Pendleton. Hello, California Department of Corrections.
His new purpose started earlier this year.
This is an awesome, awesome, awesome sight to see.
Organizers with TEDx San Diego wanted to host a day of inspirational lectures in the least likely of places.
Work in that conversation, when you connect with someone from your heart and connect to their heart, it is one of the safest places to be.
Mariette Formeau was overwhelmed by men willing to share their stories.
That's something that's very difficult to put into words.
Did you ever think you would do something like this?
No, not at all.
It was also difficult for Davis. He's been behind bars since he was 19.
I ended up trying to help cover up the murder, and biggest mistake of my life.
He'll pay for it for the rest of his life
I made a lot of mistakes.
with these guys.
I was in Pleasant Valley Prison in 2006.
5 inmates who decided to share their stories and inspire a TEDx audience that included outsiders and fellow inmates.
Convicted felon.
They practiced for months
I started to educate myself.
in between long hours on the yard and in their cells, where Davis often looks at pictures of his wife and family.
It makes me feel human again.
He says he's not looking for sympathy, just understanding that people can change and maybe make his family proud.
Anything that you get into and give wholeheartedly, you're serving a purpose.
A purpose for something better, an inspiration to someone else.
Seize, engage, and take ownership of your life. Because after all, it is your life. Thank you.
Inside Donovan Correctional Facility,
Think your wife, your family will be proud?
I know they are. Yeah.
Joe Little, 10 News.
I hurt myself today.
It's a somber song for what you'd expect to be a somber crowd.
What have I become?
But Robert Byrd wants people to feel the emotion.
When you pick up the guitar, an acoustic guitar, you start playing it, you feel it resonate through your body.
Resonate through your body, your mind, and your heart. may be a hard sell, especially for lifers like Sean Khalifa.
I was a part of a burglary, and my co-defendants unfortunately attacked the homeowner, and he did die.
Khalifa and dozens of Donovan correctional inmates are here to listen and be inspired by Wayne Kramer.
But for a few years, I was known as 001801990.
A prisoner himself in the 70s.
Oh, pirates, they rob I.
Now a legendary guitarist who spreads the love of music through his program, Jail Guitar Doors. He brought his talent.
None of them can stop time.
And 12 new Fender guitars for the inmates.
These guitars represent a challenge. Sign up for our songwriting workshop program. Amazing things will happen.
Amazing things through music.
Redemption song.
It's easy to connect with, and you make a powerful connection with making music directly yourself.
Kramer's gift allows instructors like Robert Bird to teach the inmates how to play.
Teach them how to express themselves.
Emotions like pain, fear, and happiness.
You can't unlearn music. That's one of the things that keeps me going, is that I notice an extraordinary change.
A change that can prepare Khalifa for life beyond these walls. He's been behind them for 14 years.
I think if I keep working and maturing, I'll have a chance.
A chance to be free
Away.
by letting the music resonate through his heart.
There you go.
Inside Donovan Correctional, Joe Little, 10 News.